Now, to understand, USAID is a government agency, and one would think that any money that the USAID doles out to governments, to ministries, to even NGOs will have a record back where the government of the United States of America was in question. Now, the comment that the President of America made seemed to suggest that there was foreign meddling in Indian political affairs by giving out, we don't know where the money ever came in, of $21 million, which the BJP has interpreted the deep state trying to meddle into India's democracy. On the other hand, the Congress has completely denied any of these charges, urging the Modi government to come out with a white paper on these funds, if at all they were received. Well, I want to cut across right now to my colleague Ankit Kumar, who heads our OSINT team, who will give us a larger understanding on what this controversy is all about. Ankit, you know, USAID is a government agency. The DOG should have every possible record of what money was sent out where, if to governments, if to NGOs, whoever so at all. Now, the DOG, the information that we have seems to suggest that Bangladesh actually got the money and not India. So did Donald Trump somewhere down the line confuse, Dhaka for Delhi?
Preeti, to understand this entirely complex maze better, let's turn the clock and go back to February 16. That was the day when DOGE, as you rightly said, for the first time published the official record of USAID funding money for India's electoral process. Now, if you read, or any of our audiences read the exact post that is still available on X, there is a very interesting anomaly there. For every other country barring India, the expense head has been covered with an inverted comma, quote. In India's case, the operating word voter turnout does not have a quote. The quote actually works as a key term when you search the USAID's database. So US government maintains a separate database. It is still online. You can search how much money has come through USAID. Obviously, the money belongs to the US government, but it has come through USAID to which country, under which head. Now, in case of Bangladesh, if you search the exact head, you can actually account for a lot of money, right? You can see the processes match. The money was sent to fund the activists. The money was spent for students. The money was sent under democratic processes, or at least so-called democratic processes. In India's case, while the allegation is that the money was spent for voter turnout, the quotes are missing. Now, if you run the exact query on the database, you will not find any specific expenses such as voter turnout. Now, there are some matching expenses, democratic processes, etc., etc. Even if you count the entire money, that will not amount to 21 million. So somehow the ambiguity and the complexities started not today. It started with DOGE's first statement. Why is that keyword missing from DOGE's statement? Next day, Trump issues a statement repeating the same claims, but unfortunately, the database, the US government's official database, does not match the records. Now, there are two other possibilities that may happen, right? In US, the fiscal year has different days. The current database is updated up to September 30. So if this amount was supposed to be spent and has not already been spent, that might cover Trump's claims. But it is up to the US president or the DOGE or Elon Musk to clarify as to why and how that money was spent. Remember, US president is now admitting that the US government was somehow interfering into India's elections. So the onus is on US administration to give us more details.
So what we know, Ankit, before I quickly let you go, is we have no record to suggest that money came into India to the tune of $21 million.
Money that came for quote-unquote voter turnout.
Yes,
that is not there. That is not there. There are different processes. Remember, when we talk about elections, there is a large population of Tibetans who live in India. They have their parallel government.
Fair
point.
Who
funds, who aids them? The US government. USAID funds them. The electoral processes is...
And the USAID also, Ankit, gives out money for various other departments as well.
Health, Preeti,
Exactly.
is the topmost. But the problem with the entire Trump claim is that the voter turnout rate that he has used
For this particular.
for this particular hate, that data is missing.
All right. So it's for the US government to now come up and back what they seem to insinuate, number one. And number two, if the BJP is making clear that money did in fact come in and it was used by the Congress to fight an election by the help of the deep state, then the government also has to come out. Because right now, what we really have got from the Ministry of External Affairs, viewers, is only a statement, and that has come days after these charges were made, which is investigations are being carried on. Allegations like this are worrisome. But there is really no proof.